You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm back at you with another live stream. In this video, we're going to talk about what I learned thus far in 2025. It will be 9 months that I have returned back to the Sunshine State, Florida. And all I can tell you is that I learned a lot about myself, dealing, learning certain situations, and also what I'll be looking forward to, which I will not be sharing on the air. What I'll be looking forward to in the upcoming months. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I do apologize, y'all. Put a 5 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 5 in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear, because I'm at the site. So let me know if y'all can hear me good. I had to let somebody know what's going on real quickly. Put a 5 in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, cool. What I learned thus far in 2025, being back in Florida, been to a few places, is that you don't want to be stagnant. And I realized being stagnant, there's no progress in being stagnant, kind of doing the same thing over and over and over again, if that makes sense. Look, at the end of the day, there's a lot of changes going on with the content. I want to thank each and every person that subscribed to the channel. I appreciate y'all taking the time to watch the videos, learn something from it. Whether you agree or disagree of what I talk about. I will tell you this though. When you start becoming successful, you don't want to be around too many people. You want to be situated to where it's just you, your wife and kids, if you have a wife and kids, or you as a man, you as a woman, if you to yourself for the time being. You want to be in a peaceful environment where you don't have to deal with too many people, too many distractions, where you can get to a point that you don't accomplish certain situations. Now it's time for you to move on to something else. A lot of people I talk with that do the same thing for over 20 years said they miss out on other things that they could have added to their portfolio. That's why I don't try to do the same thing every day. I try to do different things so that I can get to where I got to get to, if that makes sense. Now, I want to thank each and every one of y'all that supported this year, of course, previous years. Definitely this year. I learned on this YouTube, support comes and goes. You got to do what's right for the Creator through Christ, and everything else will happen when it's supposed to happen. So, if y'all been paying attention to what's been going on in particular states or particular environments. That's why I would not go to particular places, particular environments. See me, I gotta be in a place where things are running smoothly, everything's coming in like it's supposed to, and it's not forced. See, when people try to force you to do things or try to get you into things you're not into because it benefits them, it won't benefit you. It has to benefit everybody around you if it makes sense. And hi to Denise in the chat. Good to see you. I got something for you, members only. I'm going to get it situated. It's just been a lot been going on this week. That's why I want to get to a point where I'm going to get to. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to put it out there in the air because you have to be very careful of what you say and what you do. Because you got these entities and deities. They watch my platform more than the people that rock with my platform watch my platform. I have a lot more deities and entities watch my platform than my supporters. They outgrow my supporters. So it's good to see my actual supporters when they come through once in a blue. So if I don't acknowledge certain people, that's because they need to know I know who they are. They're not here to learn anything. They're not here to want to see me do good. They want to see me down and out. They want to see me in the streets. And after I done helped so many people and people get to a certain position and they forget about me, that's cool. That's cool. I learned about that. That's one thing I learned. And so now I'm just doing what I have to do to make sure I'm good. Because you can't depend on people to make sure you're good. You can't depend on people to want to see you do good. Because if they want to see you do good, they will have you situated to where they want to see you do good. So you can't depend on people. I don't depend on people to want to see me do good. I'll figure it out. If you notice, a lot of people don't like my stance on the Charlie Kirk situation because I don't sugarcoat it. I'm not here to be a person to appease to everybody. That's not me. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I'm not here to appease to everybody because at the end of the day, hello.
Hello.
When you appease to everybody, you shortchange your own situation. They're not going to come and help you out in time of need. So why would you shortchange yourself for people? Show them the ropes, put them on, and then they ain't thinking about you. They ain't worrying about you. You got to take care of your situation first before you get everybody to come along with you that's supposed to come along with you. That's what I learned the past few days, not only on the internet, also off the internet. What's going on, Run It Up 360? What's up, Keystone? So like I told y'all, thank y'all for not sending me any foolishness no more. I appreciate it. I think y'all get the memo now. I do not want no foolishness sent to me, whether it be Instagram, whether it be my Gmail. You're starting to get the memo. I don't care for certain situations, certain things. I'm not going to talk about certain things. You got a channel, you got a platform, you talk about it. That's why I look at it. I'm not going to talk about certain things because you're telling me to. Hello. Another thing, Florida, particularly Orlando, I have done what I know I needed to do here. And I'm not going to get into all what's going on. All I'm saying is I got more to do in other places. You get what I'm saying? I'm to the point that motivation, traveling, go getting is all well and good to be a go getter. Yet you have to travel, you have to balance your life out. And that's why you see me on once a day. If I'm on twice a day, that's because the story that I need to cover, I want to cover it at that particular time so that you, the viewers, can see where I'm going with this content. Other than that, I just do one video a day or one live a day. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to see you go into that shift you're supposed to go into, and that's okay. You don't have to tell them you're done with them. They'll know you're done with them, and that's it. So, people been saying, well, you're not getting support for your platform. What's going on? Look, let me tell you something. For you people that's concerned about why I don't get support for my platform, if I'm not concerned, you shouldn't be concerned. Would it be nice to get support every day? Yes. However, I'm not in control of what people do with what they want to do with their money. I'm only control of what I have going on with me right now, currently, and do what I need to do to get to where I got to get to. You know what I'm saying? Because believe me, if it was about money, if it was about money, I wouldn't want to be on YouTube only for money purposes. That's part of it. I'm on YouTube to educate the people, to be in a situation to where they don't have to be struggling. Because I don't like to hear that word struggle and processing and same old beat, same old song, as Brainwaves would say. Look, I got me a nice Tesla, right? I want something better than a Tesla. People like, what? A Tesla is a nice vehicle. I say it is a nice vehicle. I appreciate the time I had with it. I want something better. Because see, I drove so many nice vehicles in New York and interesting vehicles that I rented out in Florida. And then I had this electric vehicle to start. Then I got a Tesla. Now I'm like, yo, I'm on to bigger and better things. I'm not even thinking about driving right now. That's why y'all haven't seen any car videos or see me in a car. I'm chilling, y'all. I'm chilling. There's other ways to get around to do what I need to do. For the meantime, when I get my SUV, then y'all see me do content, being in the vehicle. In the meantime, I'm just chilling. Sometimes you have to give up certain things to want better things. I'm not going to be stuck in something that it makes me money, yet I want to make actual money, if that makes sense. A lot of y'all, you're stuck with things and you're afraid to let it go to want better situations. I can't speak for y'all, only can speak for myself. When I went back and said, hey, I'm returning the vehicle, here's my last payment, I'm out. I walked out the door, they were shocked. I said, I'll be back when I get the SUV. And that's it. That's how I do my thing. I'm like, yo, I'm on to something else that I'm not even sharing with nobody on the internet. Because a lot of people, you don't know where they mind at. You don't know how they thinking. You have to be very careful of what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. So I don't miss it. You know what I'm saying? And I talk to my people about it that, hey, I'm not going to do anything with y'all anytime soon until I get the SUV. Then we could discuss what we're going to do from there. They were shocked. I like, look, I'm going to stick to what I say, and that's it. You know, cars is not made for men. Cars is just, you just getting out of school. Like I said before, as a man, you got to have an SUV or a truck. That's all to it. I got my SUV. It's doing good on Turo. That car will soon, well, that truck will be soon be paid off. Why? Because people are renting it out on a daily basis. I don't even touch that money. That money is for the car and the car only. I don't that look. I look at that as a payment off for that vehicle. That's it. That's all. Now to have my own thing, I want to have my own SUV where now I'm making money for me. That vehicle is going to be paid off before you know it. I have folks say you should get your vehicle. No, I let the people drive it. I know what I'm doing. That money sitting there, it just upgrade my situation of what vehicle I want to get in the future. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you got to think peacefully with your situation. Hello. And a lot of people try to come in your life to disrupt what you got going on. And like I tell anybody, focus on winning. You can't worry about the other person's situation if they're not sincere about your situation. So to the people laughing, I'm not getting support, because you got a lot of these entities and deities, they mocking. You getting all these views, you're not getting no support on the Cash App, you're not getting no support on the Super Chat or Venmo. Do you see that I'm concerned about that? My breakthrough is going to come on the internet when it's supposed to come. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm very thankful for the views I get. It's been a long time, but it's been long overdue. I finally got the breakthrough with the views. I know what the people are into. My audience is into the political stuff. My core audience is into the political stuff. They're into the political stuff. They like when I talk about that stuff. Everything else is secondary to my audience. My channel has grown because of my political views and where I stand at, and people subscribe to that. Everything else is secondary. So it is what it is. Well, are you doing this for views? Yes, I'm doing it for views and also to bring in a observation, all right, of what's going on in the world and how it affects us to an extent. You know, he says that, yep, you need at least two vehicles to live in Florida. You need a vehicle. Okay, so you say you need two vehicles to live in Florida. That's true. You just need one to take care of your business and you need one to rent it out. You need one to take care of your business and you need one to rent it out. That's all to it. That's what I'm doing. I got one rented out and I'm going to get one on the way. And that's it. I can't be concerned about other people's situations when people are not concerned about my situation. If that makes sense. It's no disrespect. So if people want to support, they're going to support because it's the right thing to do. If people don't support, I'm not going to get upset. You know what I'm saying? Should I get more support than I'm getting? Absolutely. At the same time, I already know what it is. I know what times we are in. And not everybody has it like that. Not everybody has it like that to where they could support on a daily basis. They got their own situation to take care of. That's why I do other things. Like I said, if the only way I'm going to be on here more is if things go accordingly. I have responsibilities outside of this. This is not my big bread and butter. So I am very grateful to see my big bro Ringo TV reactions to get the well due respect and support he deserves because he does this from the heart. You know, I told y'all it will get to a point I will do YouTube full time. Now it's not the time for that. Because a lot of people be requested for me to be doing this full time. I say no. Now it's not the time for that. All right, Zandria. I appreciate the support. Thank you for coming by. She says, hi, Rallo. Pastor Do showing support. Have a blessed day. Appreciate it. So RZA said was looking for you last night. I hear you. There's days I'm not going to be on the internet, y'all. I got other stuff going on. There's stuff going on that I have to deal with. And I have to face that myself, nobody else. And so there's times that normally I come on, you don't see me, you don't see me. It is what it is. You know? I got other stuff going on than the internet. You would think that while the numbers is speaking for itself, that I'll be on here more. No, I got other stuff going on. I'm ready to get into other things, y'all. When the time comes that everything is going accordingly, then I could be on the internet a lot more. You know? So anyway, I don't, you know what I'm saying, to my haters, you think that I'm losing. I'm not losing in life. I want you to think I'm losing in life. A lot of people think I'm losing in life. No, I'm learning about myself more. And ever since I returned back here, getting away from all the noise, the hustle and bustle, look, y'all, hustle and bustle is going to wear you down. You got to be smart. Sometimes you got to get away from certain environments, certain situations to know about yourself, because nobody knows about yourself more than you know about yourself. You know? Keystone, You can make a lot of money on the internet. You just got to get around the right people. You got to get around the right people. It's up to the listen. At the end of the day, it has to be something about you people want to support. You can't force it. See, that's another thing a lot of people don't realize. I don't force things. Ringo don't force things. Brainwaves don't force things. That's why you see Ringo get a lot of support, because he put in a lot of work. He put in a lot of work, and that's why he gets a lot of support. And a lot of people is upset with him because of that. You can't get upset with somebody that's winning. A lot of people is upset with him because he's winning. You got to remember there was times he wasn't getting no views like that. All of y'all just coming now, y'all seeing his growth. We was there when he was barely getting views. He was barely getting views. He was getting support. This is the crazy thing I'm going to say. He's right. He was getting more support. The views wasn't there. He was getting more support. And now he's getting a lot of views and less support. You see where I'm going with this? Same thing with me. He has a family, right? So he got some more responsibility than I do, respectfully. And so you got to think about this. He's getting a lot less views. Angry Man talk about it too. Angry Man even talk about it. So I'm noticing when your channel starts growing, when you start getting views, people feel like they don't supposed to support you. It's weird. Mathematically, it doesn't make sense. You supposed to support people more when they pushing themselves to become better men and better women. And the weird part about it is people support you less. Look, when I was stuck in New York, I had more support. I wasn't getting that much views like that. The minute I came back down here, I'm in the pool. I go to Miami. I go to Dallas. I go to Atlanta. I move around here and there. I'm at the beach. I'm in 100-degree weather. Not everybody's going to like that. Yes. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me loud and clear? All right. He says that getting away from Philly gave me more time to think and to better. He meant to say and to better my situation. Now I know how to do it. I didn't before. I was too caught up in the hustle and bustle. And he says, I remember, and remember, he meant to say, and remember, and I'm on his side with that. You deserve all the money off or on this and day for the work that he did. And I want to support him more. He's talking about Ringo. Okay. Absolutely. That's what's up. He also says, I'm tired of these haters trying to spoil it for people who are trying to give them advice, and the people who are disrespecting Mr. Kirk, they could go to hell as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. So now, Riz asked me a question. Asked about what do you expect as support or see as support? Well, now with the moderators, having a wrench is because y'all have supported me. Y'all are solid. You're solid people. You know, I could trust y'all when it comes to the business. And so I know when I make it, my mods will be taken care of. And I know that's what Ringo's going to do. He's going to take care of his mods. Once he gets to that certain level, all his mods is going to be taken care of. All his day ones, whoever's on his list. will be taken care of, right? That's the same thing with me. I used to take care of my mods. When I was situated, I had my own valet business in New York. I used to take care of my former mods. My former mods, I used to take care of them. Some of you that was rocking with my platform a few years back, you used to see me give money. Matter of fact, Keystone, when he was a mod, I used to support him at times, right? He'll tell you. So I used to support the mods when I was situated. Why? Because they took the time to make sure the channel was good. It's just that they former mods because they disrespected me. We went back and forth, arguing, all types of madness, and I had to cut them off. And we no longer talk. I used to support my mods, and now I know Anton does it. And so I know Ringo, that's what he wants to do when he gets situated. You don't think for 1 second that we're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I always there's times I gave to mods that they didn't even ask. I just gave it to them. You know what I'm saying? They didn't ask for it. They didn't need it. I just did it because it's the right thing to do. So I will be taking care of the mods once I get fully situated. You know. In the meantime, that's a thing that a lot of content creators that's successful, some of them is doing that. I give them that. Some of them is taking care of their mods because they situated to where their mods is working for them. You're supposed to take care of the people that take care of you. The issue is that people are hating so much on us that it's taking longer than expected. I didn't listen. To me, it shouldn't take that long to be successful in 2025. With all the knowledge, like Azandria said, the knowledge that I have received and known, we should not just be getting by. You know what I'm saying? You should not be getting by as a content creator if the knowledge is so good. You're supposed to be making sure everybody around you good. Shout out to my lady. She said the same thing. My lady told me that too. She talked about that knowledge oversees what you have going on. She's correct. She's right about that. I know Azandria posted that in the comment section a couple of days ago, almost 2 days ago. However, my lady did say that. So I'm gonna give her props. You know what I'm saying? She was correct about that. Anyway, getting back to the subject I had, we got to get away from regular stuff. If you tired of regular stuff, put a five in the chat. If you tired of living a regular lifestyle, put a five in the chat. If you tired of living a regular lifestyle, put a five in the chat. Let's see who puts a five in the chat. If you're tired of just getting by, put a five in the chat. If you're tired of living this regular lifestyle, working for somebody else, and you only getting by, and you paying 80% to these people, and it's not, and only 20% goes to you and your future generation, put a five in the chat. Yeah. So Keystone put a five in the chat. Yeah. Something to think about, y'all. So look, I've been on for over 30 minutes. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in to the show. More likely, I may come back on later on tonight, We got some content we got to do. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be out of here soon. It's been a long day. I'm doing another double. So that's why I'm really like out of it. You know what I'm saying? This is only temporarily. Anyway, I'm going to holler at you on the next one. I'm going to just chill out and talk with you later on tonight. Lord's will.